Hey everybody, it's been a long day, and so usually I have a video a day for you, and finally getting to it. Here it is, 9 p.m. Central Time, and so getting on here and saying a quick hello. I hope you guys had an amazing Wednesday. I've been working on getting some things done since we've been home from our Utah trip. And so yesterday we talked a little bit about some ways from somebody that shared ways to get unstuck in 2018. And so it was an awesome video with your interaction. And today is going to be part 2. And I'm going to share with you about 5 more ways that can help you to feel like you can move forward in 2018, and share with you some ideas that maybe you can utilize in your everyday life. So the very first one, I love this one because this is a theme that we've talked about a lot in 2017. And he basically says, and I forgot his name, but I'll tell you at the end when I look it up. Remember that every person you meet has a story to tell, a lesson to teach, and a dream to do. And you know, I love that because I've been talking about that with a friend just recently, that everybody that you meet, you just never know what they're going through in their life, right? They could be having some issues in their relationships. They could be, maybe they lost their job or whatever, or maybe, they're having a health issue in their family. And so every single person that you meet on a daily basis has something going on. They have a story to tell, just like it says. They have something to teach. They have everybody that I talk to and get to know, it's interesting because they always have something that they need to say, that they can teach you or something, right? And so I love that one. So number 2, I'll share with you. And those of you who know me know that I love to travel. And this is what this guy says. He says to travel often. It's a fantastic education. And so I don't know about you, but there's another quote somewhere else that talks about when we travel, that it just helps. We're happier people. For the most part, you're out of your everyday routine. You're not, just going through the everyday grind. You're able to, for me, I love to go to the blue beaches of the world. You guys know that. And so that's another way that helps us, right? Number 3, this is one of my absolute favorites because this is something that you and I have been talking about on Facebook chats all throughout 2017, and it's using our mornings, to be the most productive that we can. This guy says, use the first 90 minutes of your workday only on value creating activities, versus checking email or surfing the net. Sometimes when we're in our business, or in anything, we feel like because we are busy that we are being productive, which isn't the case. Like we can be checking emails. Like I don't know about you, but like my email can get up to 4,000 or 5,000 emails that are unread. And we feel like, well, I guess if I'm checking my email, then I'm being productive, doing things that are income producing, or what he calls value creating activities, right? And so it's really interesting to me, value creating activities or income producing activities. Use the first 90 days of your day, because I don't know about you, but come about 3 or 4 o'clock, I'm starting to wind down and I just don't feel like doing very much more after that. So, hey Angela. And so, yeah, emails again. So use your first 90 minutes of your day for income producing activities or for value creating activities. And what could that consist of? Well, it could be maybe writing down your goals of what you want to do for the day or for the week or for the month or for the next 90 days or whatever it is, right? I find that whenever I wake up, I can get so much done in the first 2 to 3 hours of my day in the morning. I went to this seminar one time. It was an Amazon high-end seminar in Austin. And one of the things that they made us do is they made us do this exercise. And I can't remember the acronym, but I remember like, if, these are 5 things that you can do, that these acronyms like, time, reading, prayer, meditation, or whatever it is that you do that's important in your life, and doing it at the beginning of each day. And then that way by, say 10 or 11 o'clock, if you don't get anything else done that day, then you at least got those, what he calls creative activities done, or income producing activities, right? And so it's interesting how that happens, because, you know, I don't know about you, but my mornings, when the kids go to school and then, you know, my husband goes to work and then I'm home, it's like, it's the quietest, you know, before the phone calls come, before the repairman comes or whatever. And so that was another awesome suggestion that this guy had suggestion. I'll get you his name at the end. It's on a different page. I'm just reading to you a few of the things. He had 67 ideas, and I'm just reading to you 4 or 5. And so we are number 4. And this is another one that you and I talk about on Facebook Live all the time. And he calls it achieving your 5 goals each day. You know, Chalene Johnson, she's an awesome fitness business guru. She talks about getting 3 things done a day, you know. And so there's different areas of our life, right, that we want to get things done in. It could be business, it could be spiritual, it could be emotional, physical, you know, our health. Maybe we're working on relationships. And so each of those different areas we can choose, and we can have different goals in those areas. And he calls this achieving 5 goals daily. Chalene says 3. You know, yours could be 1. If you can say every single morning, you know, and write it down in your little journal. I have this, this is a smaller, I have a bunch of journals, but this is one that it's just a really small one. As you can see, it's pretty small. It's probably about, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches long, and it's really, it's like a pocket thing. And so I put, you know, a lot of my immediate stuff in here that I have to remind myself, you know, I'm getting back to paper, because I'm on my phone so much for my business and for so many things that it's kind of nice to take a break, you know, from electronics, right? And that was one that we talked about yesterday. You know, it's getting back to, instead of texting when somebody is up on the 2nd floor, it's calling them. It's physically talking to people face to face, you know, eye to eye contact. I don't know, just for me, when I'm writing things down on paper, my journal's way back there, but basically when I'm writing things down, I can see it better, right? Sometimes when we're on our phone, and so how many do I write in a day? You mean journals or goals, Angela? Your question. Journals. I have one that I have. Let me see. Let me get it. Oh, it's in my room. But there's one journal that's by my bed, and it's my dream journal. And I probably write in that particular journal once a week. I do it every Sunday usually, like, you know, when I have some quiet time. And that one I don't write in every day. It's kind of like almost like a weekly journal. And then I have a journal that I write in every single day. So probably I would say 1 to 2 journals a day. One of them, I don't know, this is not really considered a journal. This is more like an agenda, but my journals, I would say 2 journals, 1 or 2 a day. And so I know I do show you guys a lot. You know what? I'm a journal junkie. Whenever I go to Ross and I see them for like $6 or $7, you know, or $3 to $4, I pick them up, because I give them to my kids and I give them to friends, because I love them. You know, there's ones that I love the covers of the journals, you know, that say, you know, live your best life, or, you know, do your best today, or smile, or all those positive things that whenever we see them, they're in front of us, right? And so I give them to my kids, and I'm just like, I have a journal for my music. You know, I have journals when I write songs, and I haven't been doing that lately. I have a journal for my thoughts. I have a journal for a lot of different things. I know that's a lot of journaling, but I do a lot of writing. I think one day I'm going to be writing a book. And so I'm going to be compiling all of these different things in one, you know, there are different things, and then I'm going to be doing that. So, all right, let's see here. The last one. And I talk about this too. And this is actually going to be part of the mindset part of simplesonseller.com, my Amazon course that I'm trying to finish this month. It's basically doing a dream board. And I know that there's a lot of gurus out there that say those don't work. You know, I don't recommend those, but, you know, to each his own. What I love is is basically saying do a collage filled with images of your ideal life. Look at it once a day for focus and inspiration. And so I call mine, you know, and we talk about this in my course, like I say, in Mindset, it's a dream board. And, you know, you can actually download apps. If you just go into your app store and punch in dream board, basically what it does is, well, I can't show you my phone because I'm on my phone recording for you, but it's really cool because you can gather images about what's important to you, of how you want your dream life to be. Mine has beaches. It has my, you know, family. It has a house on the beach. It has a, you know, a serenity room in my house. And so, you know, what are the things that are important to you? I love to travel. You guys know that. So you put these images, maybe you collect them on your phone, and then you can put the, if you don't want to use like, you know, papers or poster board, you can actually download an app that is called, it is called a dream board app. And so you can gather the pictures that are on your phone, and it basically collages it. It's really cool. So on your app, it, you know, you can, you know, have maybe a picture. You can find, you know, if you make your own, you can draw it out, but you can also just magazines, you know, this is old school. We get, you know, pictures of magazines, but you know, now we have the computer and we have images that we can get from Google Images or whatever, and we can arrange it on a collage on an app on your phone. And then once you arrange it, then, you know, you have this collage of like I say, mine might have journals and traveling and, you know, health and, you know, stuff that's important to me, family time. You know, this kind of takes some time to do. And so what you can do is basically, once those are all together, you have it in one little image on your phone and you save the image. And then you can make that your background on your phone. You can make it a background on your computer, or you can, you know, laminate it, put it in a screen protector, hang it on your mirror, have it by your bed, you know, have it as your phone, like I say, your screensaver, and have it where you see it often. And so it's a great reminder of the things that you are trying to do and that you're trying to work toward. You know, some people have really cool images that say maybe they have debt-free. Maybe they have a house on the farm, you know, like that's what they want. That's important to them. So, you know, each one is going to have, each person is going to have their own personal collage of what's important to them. All of us are different. It's okay. And so, you know, for somebody, making $1 million is exciting. And then to some person, it could be making their car payment, right? So that's what makes this world an awesome place, is because each of us are so different. We all have different interests. You know, we have different things that we want to do. Today, I am so exciting because I'm doing exactly what I'm teaching you. And for 2018, I'm actually doing and adding things to my arsenal of who I am. And you saw a picture of a crystal the other day. If you haven't, it's in one of my photos. It's this beautiful amethyst crystal. And, you know, I went to an event in Miami last October, and it was all on Pranic, Pranic healing. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up. It's I've just started learning about it. Here I am, almost 50 years old. I wish I learned about this when I was in my 20s. You know, I'm going to be teaching this to my kids. So what I'm doing is, it's so exciting. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'm getting certified in it. And so it basically teaches you about energy medicine and, you know, negativity, emotions, and cleaning out and detoxing your mind and everything. It's really, really cool. And then once you get past, you know, levels 1 and 2, they have what's called crystal healing. I'm so into that. You know, it's like using crystals, I have Himalayan rocks all over my house. You know, what exactly does that mean? And so it's so exciting, right? And it's something that when I was in Miami and I was at this pranic healing event, it was amazing. And I did some in like October, November, you know, when I came home right here in Houston with somebody that was at the event. And it basically, for those of you who are into that, you can look this up. It's so much information. Chakras, Chakras. Just look it up, you know, Google it, learn about it. There's different chakras of your body. And when certain ones of those are off, it's like it makes the rest of you off, right? And so what you learn is how to control these and how to no, I shouldn't say really fix them, but it's more like learning how to heal. That's it. So like pranic healing, you know, and so I look at people who are before they do pranic healing and then after their sessions. It's amazing. And so I started getting into this when I started going to a wellness center about 3 or 4 years ago. I felt like my health wasn't optimal. And when your health isn't optimal, a lot of other things start not getting in place, right? And so that's one thing for 2018 that I did. And then the second thing that I'll share with you, because this is something that you're going to be doing as well, picking things that take you out of your comfort zone, right? That was one thing we discussed yesterday. Doing something that's out of your comfort zone to better yourself, to make you a better person, to make you happier, for you to be able to bless others with, whether it's music or, you know, something that you learn, like I'm learning about pranic healing, and you will hear about that on my upcoming podcast. I will be interviewing pranic healers. And so, yeah, Angela, it's really interesting. It's, you know, meditations. It's, you know, really learning how to heal yourself. It's so cool. So on my podcast, I will be seeking out pranic healers and meditation and, you know, all that kind of stuff. You're going to be hearing about all that. It's going to be so, so, so cool. And so, and then lastly, I'll share with you the last thing, and then I think my family's waiting on me, but basically, I'll be 50 this coming October, and I want to retake up the violin. I was taking it with my girls several years ago, and it's such an awesome instrument. It's so beautiful, you know, and it's just something like I play the piano and guitar and things like that. So it's like, pick something out of your comfort zone. You know, what is it, something that is different? You know, if you do Amazon, do something different. If you do like, you know, like I'm getting into healing, like I say, pranic healing, how can I better myself? Self-improvement, you know, what can I do to become better? And so it's getting out of your comfort zone for 2018. For those of you who are just right here, you know, sometimes we get kind of stagnant. We stay in an area of our life where we're just here, right? And we're not progressing, and we're not really necessarily digressing. We're just here. And so for 2018, I challenge you to go from here of your comfort level and get out of your comfort level and do things that you've never done before, that you've wanted to do. Pick something. I don't care what it is. I told you a few of mine. I'm learning about pranic healing. I'm learning about crystals and how to heal with crystals. You know, I do Amazon all the time. So it's like I take a break from the things that I do every day and do things that I love. And so that's what I encourage you to do. You know, for 2018, a lot of us, for 2017, it was a hard year. You know, there was a lot of shifts with our health, with our family relationships and things like that. And for 2018, I feel, as I talk to many of you and for myself, that there is so much, there's so many exciting things that are going to happen. You know, whether it's your business or your relationships or a talent that you want to develop, right? You know, I love to go to Mexico and or just anywhere Blue Beach. And so we have this point system that I talk about all the time, and I'm making it a point to use them and to go and do the things that I love. And if that means putting an Amazon course on hold that I meant to get done, because I know a lot of people were kind of sad about that. You know, they were messaging me saying, I really want this, and that's awesome. But you know what happened? Partly what happened was my family came first, and I had some family things happening between October and December, and it just took over. And I said to myself, you know, it was more important to take care of those things than it was to get my course done. And so, so super excited to share this kind of stuff with you. I love being able to get on here and share with you what I'm learning. It's just a lot of exciting things. The last thing I'll share with you is, you know, with this Amazon stuff or whatever, there's a lot of changes in Amazon, but you know what? There's still money to be made, and you can choose something, because, you know, I know that a lot of you kind of ask, you know, what are some ways that I can increase it to where I can travel, to where I can do the things that I want? Take up an instrument that costs money. What is it? And here's one thing I want to share with you before I let you go. If you break it down, let's just take a calendar of 30 days, just say 30 days on an average. And you say to yourself, and you break this down, and I'm not going to go into it in too much detail because it takes time, but you can say to yourself, I need X amount of dollars per month to do this. And to be able to travel and to do the things that I love, I have to increase it by this much. And I'm just making up a number. Let's just say that you need, an average of $50 a day. And I tell my kids this all the time because, they're newlyweds. Is $50 a day in profit is $1,500 a month. Okay. And then say that you want to go on a cruise and it costs like $500 a month. So that means that you have to make an extra $500 a month, or $2,000 a month. Divide that by 30. That's roughly $65 to $70 a day in profit. Now, when you start breaking it up like that and looking at it like that, it becomes a lot more attainable, right? A lot more doable. Instead of saying, I want to make $1 million a month, or I want to make, $10,000 a month. Maybe you can start with smaller attainable goals and tell yourself, I am going to put down that I'm going to go on my first cruise. It's going to cost, let's just say $500. So I need to do something to make that. So that's only like roughly $15 extra a day, $15 to $18 a day in profit. That's like 1 or 2 sales a day in Amazon on your private label. So you see, it's very attainable whenever you break it down and you break it down into daily things like that. And it shows you more when you see it on paper that you can actually achieve it. And one other thing that you can tell yourself too is knowing that other people have done this before tells you that you can do it as well, right? I tell myself all the time, that like when I started Amazon, I said, I am going to make my first sale. And I remember that very day when I made my first sale, I told my husband, I said, I made my first sale. And I say this in, a lot of events all the time in Facebook Lives. I say, you know what? If you can make one sale, you can make it again and again and again. And that one sale can become 2, that can become 5, 10, 100 sales. You just do it over and over again. You do it, you rinse and repeat it. And you know what? You start believing in yourself and you can do it. I know a lot of you struggle with that. You tell me, I don't know how to begin. I don't know how to do private label. I don't know how to buy my first retail product for Amazon. And that's how you can do it. Is you do exactly what we're talking about today. Is the very first thing I sold was eye makeup. It was an eye lotion. It was like an eye cream, ROC. It was so exciting. I still remember that day. It was like a $12 profit. It was so exciting. And so remember that excitement as you are having your hard times, as your sales may not be as good one day or something, and just know that you've done it before. And if you're not talking about Amazon, maybe it's something that you're trying to personally do. Maybe it's that you had a knee injury like I did, and then you want to run again, and you say, I'm going to run a 5K, 10K, or whatever. Knowing that you've done it before tells you you can do it again. So there you go. Kind of went into more than the 5 things to help you get unstuck. Elaborated a little bit more, but I kind of get on a tangent like that sometimes because I get so excited. But I hope this has helped you in some way. I hope that you are excited about this podcast coming up. I'm going to be doing some little teaser ones that are coming. I'm trying to finalize 2 more episodes this week and then turn it into iTunes. And this kind of stuff that we're talking about, we're going to be having interviews with some experts in the field, not just me. I will be, I will be on my podcast maybe once or twice, 3 times a month. It's going to be weekly. So, we're going to talk about health, wealth, Amazon, becoming the best version of yourself, pranic healing, meditation. And so there's so many awesome things to talk about in this world. And, and that's why the name of the podcast is very general. It's called Joy Reveals. And so basically what that means is you're going to say, what is she revealing this week? So it will be a weekly podcast. I'm so excited about it. I feel like, there's just so much that I learn on a daily basis that I feel like the world needs to know. And so some of it you will be excited about, and some you could just fast forward and go to another one, you know? So that's what you look for. My icon is on my Facebook Live or my Facebook cover page. You'll see the icon, and that's what you'll be looking for of what it will look like. And like I say, that's, you know, a lot of people say, well, what are you going to be talking about? And I just gave you basically the summary of what we're going to be doing. So anyway, I think the kids are waiting to read scriptures and pray for the night so they can get to bed and get ready for school. But I wanted to get on here and give you those part 2 of how to help you get unstuck for 2018, and encourage you and push you to do things out of your comfort zone, and to realize and to believe in yourself, and that knowing that you've done it before. And if you haven't done it, know that others before you have done it, and you can do it as well. All right, there you go. I hope you guys have an amazing evening, and I hope you have, it's Wednesday. We still have a couple more days in this week for you to do your stuff. So I will talk to you soon, and thanks again. Take care. Thanks for listening. Bye.